just after World War II, our country faith was very strong in our country, and I've identified four reasons for that to be the case. Okay, number one, coming after the war, of course, it was victorious for us, so there was a great deal of national unity. Okay, and many Americans, of course, credited their survival and success through the war to divine providence. Churches played a major role in supporting soldiers and families during the war. Number two was then the Cold War that came into play. And of course, the Cold War was against the Soviet Union. Then a couple other things happened during the 50s that were related. In 1954, the phrase "under God" was added to the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd forgotten about that. Also, the quote, "In God we trust," became a national motto in 1956. And I'd forgotten about that too. So, very strong religious ties there. And of course, then the baby boom generation and the traditional values. Church attendance became a social expectation during that time. And I remember I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. My dad was a deacon. So you know where my brother and I were every Sunday.
Yeah.
And sometimes more often during the week and every Sunday evening and all. So we were very, very much tied into the church, and many of my friends at that time were as well tied into. And the world in our small community of about 40,000, there were numerous churches all throughout the community. As a matter of fact, church expansion took place during the 50s, and one of the individuals that played a significant role in that expansion was a gentleman by the name of Billy Graham. Billy Graham was a nationally recognized evangelist, and the town I grew up in was very close to St. Louis, and I can remember my parents taking us to St. Louis to the auditorium in St. Louis to watch one of his services, to attend one of his services. So Billy Graham was a very much a household name during that time. And I think he spurred a lot of growth in churches. So faith was very strong immediately following World War II. Well, then certain things started happening later on in the 50s things started to change a bit with regard to faith in America.